Alright, so Refraction Railway 2 released, which means you know what time it is. However, I will be your guide through these 9 fun encounters, and by the end of this video you will have a good idea of what not to do in Refraction Railway 2. So, let's start off this mythical journey by going up against the first boss. Why the fuck are we in the Jujutsu Kaisen room? And more importantly, why is there not a man making me question my already crumbling heterosexuality on the other side? All we have to look at is that. Refracted so that no one will cry, bro. That's the most bottom bitch name ever. Okay, realistically, it's the first boss and has a name like a Dr. Seuss villain. It can't be that hard. Let's just unga bunga it. Well, shit. I only have my own ignorance to blame. Now see, this boss is easy as hell if you read, which means it's fucking impossible. But fret not, as I am here to guide you, which, yes, that statement is as terrifying as it sounds. So here's the laydown. On the third turn, it's gonna turtle up like a Cromer fan when I tell them their waifu dies to Yaoi. From here, you are meant to take the centers of talismans and have them clash against the boss's defensive moves. Straight, just use skill ones. You won't be doing any damage anyway, so it's best not to try and nuke it. However, make sure you don't stagger its arm during this form, as your damage is gonna be ass. Try your best to stagger it immediately after this form. But if you clash with the talismans, they'll have his attack power crushed like how Ishmael and Heathcliff shippers were crushed in 4.5. From there, you win. There's really not much else it could do. Evidently, there's some bullshittery it does when you put fire on it, but I don't care. It spreads to your allies, but the pure racist energy N-Corp Sinclair radiates is enough to make up for that fallback. So, all in all, that bitch be free as fuck. After the battle, take one of the talismans and use it to roll a blunt. We move on into the next boss. So when it comes to the next boss, oh my god, Grandpa? Manager, that's your grandfather? Yeah, it is. It's been so long since I last saw him. His name must be Grandfather Clock then. Holy shit, I'm so glad to see you. Guys, don't worry, we won't have to fight him. I don't know about that, manager. Why do you say that? He's cool. Manager, that may be because his theme song is currently playing in the background and it is steadily building up in intensity. Nah, he's cool. Guys, trust me, we'll be fine. He wouldn't hurt a fly. Hey, Clockface, he's beating our fucking ass. Yo, look what they did to glasses. F-U-C-K. This makes no sense. He would never, he's gotta have dementia. How does that make any damn sense? Yo, listen to the song, it's saying he forgot his name. Manager? Oh my fucking god. What is it? I'm gonna complain that he's beating in your ass instead of Damien? Just shut the hell up. But, fuck it. I don't want to return to the Full Metal Alchemist Door to Truth. Let's just kill him. So this is the Refracted Steam Transport Machine. Why the hell do all these bosses have sentences for names? Now the game plan is simple. On even number turns, it's highly resistant, and on odd number turns, it's built like my sanity. Crumbling. But here's the main gimmick of the fight. If you destroy the body, like how I want to destroy Sinclair, it becomes fucking invincible. Huh. Maybe it should have used a different theme song. But what you need to do is burst it down when it's weak. So, here's the game plan. You get its body weak, quivering. From here, you destroy the steam blaster. All poise will then be converted into fragile. From there, you burst the body down as quick as possible and make sure this bitch has negative amounts of health. From there, you destroy what's left, preferably using status effects. And you win. So that's a game plan. Now, when it comes to execution, I don't know how the fuck to do that. I win my way past this boss. Good luck with that shit. Hey, yo, miss me with that. Third boss a time. So when it comes to the third boss, it's, something I didn't say smash on for my smasher pass list. Now in terms of mechanics, it's like my intelligence, non-existent. You can boil down how to do this fight so that a toddler can easily understand. So first, you gently push your weapons against the fox. Then it summons 6 of your best friends for you to go and hug. After hugging them, they will leave with smiles on their faces and be really happy. It's best to use AoE so you can hug them all at once. From there, you take all of your skills, aim them at the fox's head, and curb stomp that rat-ass bitch into the pavement. Preferably, you'll have skills that can further its AIDS count. Oh, I'm sorry. I meant rupture count, so you can murder it in front of its cubs faster. And from this point on, you continuously target the head and cause its lifespan to significantly shorten in the most brutal way possible. Yeah, that's how free the refracted drifting fox is. You know what? Yo, with a name like that, this bitch deserves to get ether. Here we have the fourth boss? Which is literally just a weak-ass Gabriel cosplayer times 2. Project Moon knew one would have been too little of a joke, so they had to double it. So the game plan for this is excruciatingly simple: murder. They are built like melted ice cream. Realistically, there ain't much you gotta do to beat their ass. Use quick suppression on one and W down or W Roshu's batshit insane attacks, and then you'll be done with this in 2 turns. Unless your Dawn decides to be an absolute moron, which is unfortunately her default setting. Whatever, let's just restart.
I will cut you down, break you apart, splay the gore of your profane form across the stars. I will grind you down until the very—
Bitch, shut the hell up. The only reason you're alive is because we put the nuclear equivalent of a drunken tornado against you. Through the power of RNG resetting, I will get my 2-turn clear. Finally, 2 turns of good shit. Why the fuck are there 2 more? Wow, Project Moon really put a 0 faith in what these cosplayers are capable of. But really, the game plan doesn't change. You can still blitzkrieg them, no problem. 4-turn fight, no skin off my teeth. And after that free-ass waste of Comic-Con space, we can move into the 5th boss, or as I like to call it, hell. Now, here's the laydown. It's a fucking branch, and on that branch is the most bitch-ass fairy known to man. It takes 4 of your slower centers hostage, and from there, they can't do anything except get hit by the fairy. Literally, that's all they can do. They can't use defensive skills, as they have limited dogshit skills they are forced to use. And those cannot clash. In fact, no one can clash with the fairy, as you cannot redirect its moves. So what can you do to beat this twisted fucking fate? Well, you gotta kill the fairy before it could hit your sinners. If it hits them, then you better pray you won't get staggered, cause then it'll be doing a ton of damage. Now, after you beat the fairy, then you get to wall up on the main body. Killing this ends the fight, so yo, let's beat its ass. Are you fucking kidding me? It brought the fairy back after 1 turn of me actually hitting it. And now the fairy has 1 more person trapped in the infinite Tsukuyomi of bullshit. I can see why some people have, strong feelings about it. It, makes sense. I am concealing a very, very deep rage at this moment in time. So what you need to make sure to do is stagger the bitch-ass enemy. From there, you'll have another turn to beat its ass before it runs away again. All in all, this encounter is just a damage check. You'll bring heavy hitters. That's all the strategy I could really see in it. Now, next is a, fun one. Now, okay, on paper, this one's a bitch. If it hits your units that have charge, it'll take that charge and use it to gain immortality. It'll continue to revive itself until it runs out. So, as I said, some bitch shit. However, even though that's annoying as hell, the game plan is simple. Don't let it touch you. I mean, shit, we're gacha game players. We are naturally skilled in the art of touch deprivation. Due to this gift from God, we can now easily win this shit. Its attacks, nothing. Its mechanics coded in Scratch. Its design AI generated. Okay, that's a bit too far. I don't like this boss, but yeah, that's just OD. Ain't nothing deserving of that insult. The only thing you really gotta look out for is when it coils up. During that, target your attacks against the head. Blunt is the best to use. You're gonna want to break the shield. Doing that will get rid of its charge. When it ain't got charge, it ain't got immortality, and from there, a shrimple victory is assured. Where the fuck did it get that charge from? So, evidently, at higher cycle counts, it gains charge at 1 HP. For no good reason at all. So, that's fun. Now, if you get to this point, don't worry. I have some great advice that'll help you through it. Uninstall the game. Truly, I ain't got a damn clue what to do from here if you want to get a good turn count. Project Moon is basically calling you gay, as this boss is a manifestation of the phrase, go fuck yourself. So, I'd be lying if I said I had the answer to this boss. But at the same time, I've lied and concealed the fact that I've been playing Genshin Impact for a couple of months straight, so I could probably get away with lying here. But I may have some sage wisdom about this boss. I say may, as this info is basically in the medicinal testing stage where we really only feel confident using it on mice. It may prove fatal to human beings. However, I weakened the boss without killing it, and on turn 6 it used its head shield attack, whilst having 4 charge. From there, I broke the shield, got it down to 1 HP, and it died without having any charge to heal itself. So if I were to hold a guess, I'd say that's a fast method of approach against this bitch, but again, I ain't 100 out there, so good luck. Next up is a duo of an ugly bastard and an anorexic. I never thought I'd say that sentence. Now the game plan is very simple. Treat them like that one kid at the start of it and take their damn arm away. Straight up, when you break their arm, they constantly have a weak point you could just relentlessly beat on. From there, not much strategy was needed. I just swung at the arm with spare skills and used ego when the clash wasn't favorable. Then the two of them summoned up the most pathetic things in existence. Literally, it feels like they were made to stop a two-person team. 7 sinners can easily one-turn this shit with no problem. Like, I don't know why the hell this bitch grinning like that one motherfucker from Hellraiser. You literally put 2 separate and currently dissolving pieces of paper mache in front of us like a roadblock. What is you doing? They literally don't even spawn in with full HP. Ain't no one scared of that. Anyway, one turn the 2 disappointments and focus on killing the one at the top. The bottom, actually nah, this bitch ain't no bottom. After that, attack Vera on the cuck chair. But they won't be dealing any damage with their attack, so you can safely kill the top one. From there, I don't know, the leftovers were staggered and killed. This boss was somehow more disappointing than when we were deprived of Damien or Rizzing Sinclair at the end of chapter 4. Man, you screw these two. Actually, nah. COVID distance yourself from these two. Let's just dejectedly walk to the next one like a solemn anime character. Oh my god, it's literally just a burn victim with 2 glow sticks for hands. But what the hell are you, an Oshinoko fanboy? Listen, deadass, this railway has been fairly mid. The bosses have been mostly pushovers, and for the second to last one to not have a sternum, it's pretty depressing. Like, realistically, what can it even do to me? Huh. Didn't really expect that to happen, like, at all. Though honestly, I'ma keep it 100. If it wasn't for my YouTube recommended tab for once not showing me videos of femboys dancing and instead giving me a video about this move, I wouldn't have known shit about it. Yo, straight up, here's my play-by-play of what I did. The boy toy broke its glow stick. It ran away to the bussy dimension like a nerd. Yisong undid all the love I had for him at the end of chapter 4 when he left one of the portals alive with 4 HP. I then proceeded to sacrifice Ishmael to the counterattack in the name of beating its ass. From there, it ran away again. And the torture I made Yisong go through ensured that no portal was left alive this time. Yeah, from there we made it look like an eye and we were the lamp. It didn't run away to no portals and we deleted it. Which is why I feel like I don't know the strategy for this fight. I mean, if you don't defeat the portals in time, then they will attack you, so I suppose just nuke them? Like, just to use high damaging identities? Which, I mean, that doesn't really feel like strategy, so I feel awkward recommending it. But yeah, I suppose literally just beat its ass. I don't know, much of Refraction Railway 2 just feels like you should just swing hard and not stop swinging. So, do that? I got it done first try and I never really had to understand what it was looking to do. It doesn't help that I can't read all the passives either, which is why so far my biggest disappointment of this Refraction Railway so far is it just comes down to blitzkrieging the enemy. But I'll save that for my more serious video on this topic. For now, let's just go to the final boss. Bro, the deadass just made us square off against Rose Jesus. Well, yeah, whatever, let's just swing it against it, I'm sure we'll be fine. Okay. Now you have my attention. Wait, what's this shit say? If at 4 count the bound identity dies? Okay, you now have my fear. This fight is fun for masochists and college students who have lost the ability to feel. There are 7 roses which tie into your sinners and are bound to them. Every turn they mess up your sinners and after 4 turns they kill your sinners. So the game plan is what it's always been. Murder and torture. Preferably torture. Now during this battle you will see a screen pop up. When you're presented with 2 choices, do what I always recommend to do when encountering a random drug dealer. Accept. Doing so allows you to pick a sin infinity and from there buff up its damage. Generally go for this so you can kill it faster. If you are worried about dying, then refusing lowers your damage output but also reduces your damage received. I generally would not recommend this. When you're done killing the flowers, what you need to do is blitz down the boss before it can summon more flowers and heal back up. If it does, then you can just choose to buff up your damage even more until you feel confident in killing the boss. Yes, that's right, the boss is literally just building up damage and killing it in a burst phase, like most of the fights before it. If you don't have the damage, you lose. If you do, it's a pushover and can be killed before it even sums up the next phase. Even taking into account that I took the option which decreased my attack, then I buffed up gluttony damage, because I didn't know what the hell that choice was. Yeah, it's kind of the same as most other fights. The idea is great, but the execution narrows down my strategy to just blitzkrieg it. And so the curtains draw on my first RR2 run. In total 155 turns over 5 cycles. Yeah, here's the damage breakdown for my team, and yes, I did not once sub in a new member at all. I have a lot of thoughts about this Refraction Railway that I will say in a video after my Punishing Grey Raven review. and sometime relatively soon I will stream a full-blown Rupture team run. This is the squad I'm gonna use for it, but thankfully I now no longer need to worry about turn count. I got my sub 200 done. Are you fucking kidding me?